Okay, welcome to this segment. In this segment, we'll be trying to create a quiz application and we'll make it as interactive as possible. We can choose a sprite from here. This is a new Scratch 3.0. It's so far the best version of Scratch. To choose your sprite, just click on this logo. But for this quiz, I'll be uploading my sprite. I have a sprite I would like to use just to add some fun to it. So I'll just choose this sprite. So we want to create a quiz that asks a question. If you answer correctly, it awards a point or points as the case may be. As it is our custom, when starting any program in Scratch, start with this block, the events block. This is so that all the sprites can start at once when you click the flag. Next, we go to sensing and we choose the ask. Ask prompts the user to supply an input, so we use it when we want to give input to the application. So now, what is our first question? We can just leave it as this: what is your name? Now we go to control and we choose a conditional statement. This creates two options. The first option is if the answer is correct, then, and the second option is else. So the first option, if what is your name is correct, then we need to display correct answer, else we display wrong answer. How do we do that? We go to operators and we choose the equal sign. Why do we choose the equal sign? Because we want our answer to be equal to whatever we supply here. So for this case, my name is Caleb, so I'll just type Caleb there and go to the sensing block and choose answer. So what I've just created with this block is if the answer is Caleb, what should the computer do? Go to loops and say correct answer. Now all these are blocks. All these are blocks. As we said in class, each of these blocks control one function or the other. So we choose correct answer, and if it's wrong, we will just say try again. Okay, we'll say try again. So if we just clicked on the flag or clicked on this flag, what we'll have is a small text box prompting us to type in the answer. So I'll just go ahead and type the correct answer, and you see correct is displayed just for 2 seconds. You can increase the time if you so wish. Now that is not really fun, right? We will create an award system. If the student gets the correct answer, he gets 5 points. Amazing, right? So we go to variables. Now a variable is a container. It's like a container that can hold any value. It could be 5 points award, it could be 10 points, as much as the user wants to give. So we create a variable. We just click here and say make a variable, and we call that variable points. All right, now you see point is displayed. Now we'll go ahead and set our variable to 0 at the beginning of this application. So every time we start this application, point is set to 0. Okay, now each time a student gets a correct answer, we want 5 points to be awarded to the student. How do we do that? We use change my variable by 5. We place it just immediately after the correct answer. All right, so we change this to points and we change this to 5 since we wanted to give 5 marks. So if I clicked on the game again, what is your name, and I type Caleb as the correct answer, you see my points have been incremented by 5. I'll just go ahead and copy this whole code so I can have 2 questions. Pull this down, right click, duplicate, and just put it somewhere below. So all I have to do now is change the second question. I can just say, what is a sprite? And we all know a sprite is a character or image we want to animate. So I'll just go ahead and make a short form, a character. Now, because I use change points by 5, it will automatically calculate whatever was before and add 5 to what was before. So this is an automatic increment. If you make the mistake of saying set variable, then the increment has to be done manually. But because we said change points by 5, it automatically increments. Let's see how that works. You can see it's 5 already. This code says every time I click the start, change this to 0. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works. So we just type Caleb. Okay, correct answer. I have 5 points. It goes to the second question. What is a sprite? I'll just type a character. Correct. You see, I now have 10 class points. Now in summary, what we did was we created what we call a variable. That variable enabled us to assign points for each correct answer. And we use the input command, as you will call it. It's called ask in Scratch, and you can find it under the sensing block. Alright, that will be all for today. See you next time.